Hey guys, it's Wednesday, March 14th, and went to go see the oncologist today. Um, a lot of stuff to think about. Um, they have not received all of the test results back from the biopsy. Um, so I'll kind of explain it. Your cancer cells have receptors, and the receptors are like little mouths, and that's what feeds them and lets them grow. And they're if they like estrogen, then I would have an estrogen positive result. If they like progesterone, that or yes, whatever, then positive. Then they could do targeted treatments to use that as a way to feed them poison. So, piggyback with the estrogen and that sort of thing. But I'm negative for those two. Right now, we're waiting for the third receptor to get the results back, and that is for the HER2 or the HER2 receptor. This one, it's better that it's positive. If it's positive, then I guess it's not as aggressive, and they have a targeted treatment that would be for 18 weeks. It would be 6 treatments, one every 3 weeks. And that would mean, via a port. So they would put a port here, and I would go every 3 weeks. And when I was done with the 18 weeks, I would have a 3 to 4 week recoup period, and then I would be able to go in for the double mastectomy with the reconstruction surgery. So you're looking at, if I start, well, I am starting next Wednesday, regardless of it's positive or negative. I start treatment next Wednesday, and before that, I have to go in and get a cardiogram and the port. And if I start on March 21st and I go for 18 weeks, I would have my last session on July 4th. And then the recoup period, so you're looking at surgery right around the 1st of August. And if it's HR2 negative, then there's 2 rounds. There's a part 1 and a part 2. And both of them are outpatient IV therapies or chemotherapy. For the HR2 negative, the first part would be 4 treatments, and it would be every 2 weeks for 8 weeks. So I would finish that one the middle of May, and then I would pick up the middle of May with part 2. And then part 2 would be once a week for 12 weeks, which would take me out to the 1st of August for my last treatment, and then recoup time. So you're looking at the end of August for surgery. So, the first one is only 18 weeks, and you're looking at 3 different drugs that target different receptors. For the HR2 positive in the 18-week session, it would be Taxotere, carboplatin, Herceptin, and Perjeta. And if it's HR2 negative, for the first part, it would be adriamycin and Cytoxan. And part 2 would be Taxol and carboplatin. So, still getting 4. One would be 4 for 18 weeks, and the other one is 2 for 8 weeks, and then 2 for 12 weeks. There are risks with it, and we discussed those risks. Anytime you're killing fast growing cells, you're also killing the fast-growing cells, the good ones. So your nails, your hair, your bone marrow, your T cells, your white cells. So there's a risk. Kind of, puts things into a different perspective. But, so my appointment is next Wednesday. We're going to start treatment. Deep breath in, deep breath out. And doctor seems to think that very good chance for success, for beating it, for getting rid of all the cells. I mean, after we discussed all this, and I actually had my sister and my dad in conference video so they can ask questions and hear everything as I was hearing it. He thinks it's going to be successful. I'm going to beat cancer. And, I'm trying to be realistic and positive at the same time. That optimistic person that I was a couple years ago. Had a couple really hard things happen over the last 3 years, and losing optimism. And it's really hard to get it back. So I'm being realistic, and I'm thinking about the what ifs. And it's a scary thought, But my mom was 51 25 years ago, to the same month. Same age as I am, same breast, same spot. And I got her death certificate so that I could request her medical records so that I can see if it is the same cancer, the same strain, the same, because this was a ductal, and see, she fought it for 17 years, and then it spread throughout her body, and it, did get into her lymphatic, and so, although I'm trying to stay positive and optimistic, and, thank you everybody for throwing that positive mojo out there, until you're looking at it, and until you see the end, you can identify on the same plane, mortality. I'm not sure the right term to use for it. Sobering. I understand why my mom went through the house and cleaned stuff out, and she didn't want to leave stuff for us to do. She didn't want to leave burden. So they think I'm going to fly through this color, get through this with flying colors, and I'm hoping they're right. And like I said, the last couple of years I've had a lot of letdowns, a lot of things that I thought I was positive about. And I was shaken to my core. So I'm not positive about this. But I'm staying positive, and I'm staying optimistic. So here's two. Let's keep our fingers crossed that it is the HER2 positive, and that it's not another negative, because then I'll have the triple negative, and it will be the more aggressive cancer. And taking care of business, man. I'm so ready to not be taking care of business, to relax a little bit, and not have to deal with shit for a while. And I did tell the oncologist that I would really, really appreciate starting as quickly as we can, because I want to get this crap out of me before it has a chance to get anywhere else. So that's my update for today. And so I guess the next thing is the cardiogram and the port, and then I have my appointment with the plastic surgeon next Tuesday, and so I'll let you know more then. Until then, have a good one, and keep the positive mojo going. I can feel it. Thank you.